Greetings, fam. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a wonderful and safe holiday season. I'm doing well myself. Listen, I want to talk about, first of all, I want to mention a guy. I want to mention a doctor, Dr. Claude Anderson. He's been on this path he wrote a book called Powernomics. A lot of y'all familiar with him. He's probably got tens of thousands of followers, if not hundreds of thousands, but millions of people know who he is. Millions of black people especially, but people know who Dr. Claude Anderson is. Dr. Claude Anderson's been out here since, I read his book when it came out back in 2000, 2001, somewhere around in there. Very powerful. Stand on every word he's talking about in that book. Bad boy, bad brother. But listen, he's been out here. And I just recently, clicked back into him after I've finished with my research and, doing some things. And I checked on what he's been doing online and YouTube and things. And this brother's been putting in work. I'm talking about every other month. I mean, this guy is out here preaching the same song. I mean, group economics. That's the only way. It's the only thing that's going to change. And he knows this. And his message has not changed. He's been in all the black churches, probably rich and poor all over the country. The man is known. So why is this not working? I mean, I stand on every word. I mean, I've read his other books as well, He's got some other books out there, and the brother is bad. The brother is bad. I actually, because I hadn't really read his stuff or looked at him in a while, in some years. Man, I forgot how dynamic that brother is, man. Dr. Claude Anderson's a bad man. Yes, he is. And let me tell you something. The work that he's putting in, he can't stop. And that's where I'm at. I can't stop. We both did the same work. He's a doctor, and I'm a former criminal. But we both came at it he used his approach and I used mine. You know what I'm saying? And we both come up to the same conclusions. I mean, if you read my books and read his, it's the same. Only difference is I wrote my books on this topic in novel fashion because I'm going to be bringing a series to the big screen for y'all. But other than that, we're talking the exact same thing, except for I have 3 or 4 things that I found in my work that's gonna make this whole thing better. That'll make you understand. You see what I mean? Because the bottom line is we have to practice group economics. That's the only thing that's going to work. We're getting our butts towed up out here. We are getting killed out here. And with these new tax laws and all this, it's going to be any worse. Yeah, you might feel good in February when you get a little double break and things like that. But when you start giving corporations tax breaks, and we are in a season in this country where we have record high stock market rates and values, and the job market is doing extremely well. Growth is abundantly well, and you're talking about permanent, almost 50% tax breaks. Are you kidding me? And give the American people, the poor folks, middle class people, and poor people a 8-year tax break. Well, you're gonna feel that later. Believe that. I mean, this was the biggest steal it was, and so now it's even more important to practice what I'm talking about and what Dr. Claude Anderson is talking about, which is group economics, and it's real easy. I was talking to some brothers the other day, and he said to me, "Let me tell you different. Let me back up for a moment. The difference between Dr. Claude Anderson's plan and mine." There's no difference. There's no difference. Okay? There's no difference. But the bottom line is this. The difference is this. We're talking the same talk, but we're talking the same speech. But what I'm talking about is I have several things that with a twist that's different. And one is putting all of our money in a black bank. You put all your money in a black bank. That's never been done. And that's what I'm advocating doing. Putting all your money in a black bank. And then what I'm talking about doing, which is different from his plan, which is putting $100 a month for 12 months in a separate savings account. So if you have a checking account and you have a separate savings account that you use as overdraft protection for your checking account, a lot of folks do that. Wonderful. Keep it that way. and then open up a separate savings account. So you may have 2 savings accounts and 1 checking account in your new bank. It don't matter if you put what bank you put your money in. They're all insured. So stop it with that. I'm not going to put my money in this black bank because I don't know these people. Do you know Jamie Dimon, who runs Chase, JP Morgan Chase? I don't think you do. One of the biggest crooks it is out here. Highly sought after. Major public speaker. You remember that little fiasco with that little $16 billion that little deal that they did? And then they say, ain't nobody going to jail. We'll get the money back. And they gave it back and nobody went to jail. You know, I mean, come on, man. You know, so, you know, I mean, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I mean, all these, I mean, these people started from slavery and we know what they've done. So why would you move just for 12 months, just for 1 year? If you don't like it, move it back. But just for this exercise, if 30+ million black people put their money in a black bank or credit union, okay, for 12 months, and then open up a separate savings account and put $100 in that, the whole world's going to change. And the only reason why that's not happening, Dr. Claude Anderson been screaming from the top of his lungs, and you know, and you just now hearing my voice come out. I've been saying it, but I've been on the down low. You dig? I ain't trying to come out here and say nothing. I'm not excited about doing this. I'm taking away from my time, my family, my creativity, all the things I want to do. But I cannot sit here and have the information that I have and seeing the things that I've seen. And the Father has given me what He's given me, and I'm just gonna go be by myself. I'm just gonna go enjoy my own little fruits. It don't work like that. I'm sacrificing a lot. I'm not getting paid a nickel. All the travel that I do, all the things, I ain't getting a nickel from nobody. You understand? I mean, this is on me because of my love for you. And all I'm asking you to do is put your money in a black bank or a black credit union for 12 months. If you can't do that, you must not like your people. And I do want to say this before we go any further. I hope y'all do understand that whites and Asians and Latinas are hearing and going to be hearing this. Now, don't act and don't do nothing. What message do you think you're sending to the world community, to this nationwide community, which have the world community? Everybody from around the world comes here. Every immigrant comes here, gets ahead of you. Every single one. You're the permanent underclass. And I ain't talking about listening to me now. I'm talking about go read anything that Dr. Claude Anderson wrote. I can't say the book. The man is cold-blooded. Go read his stuff. See, listen, man. We must do this, because if we don't, the man said, Dr. Claude Anderson, we got about 2 years. We got about 2 years and it's a wrap. And I can believe that. Trump ain't going nowhere. Trump ain't going nowhere. And if you think these millennials are going to bail you out, I'm going to come back to that later, but I just read the latest study on white millennials. It's about 41%. That's about that same number of them that voted for Trump that ain't down for blacks. So I was out here ignorantly saying, oh shit, oh yeah, millennials, oh, they ain't racist. Shit. You do the work. You do the research. 42%, 41% ain't feeling us. Ain't feeling nothing for us. You understand me? Babies, youngsters. So somebody teaching them something, and that's our future. That's our future. And I'm telling baby boomers, we have a lot of numbers out here. Black baby boomers, we have a lot of numbers. A lot of y'all, a lot of us are real comfortable. And let me tell you something. That's a shame that what we're leaving for our babies, for our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. The environment is screwed up. The money is screwed up. This deal that he's doing right now with this tax deal, that's coming on them. That's on their watch. That ain't on ours. We're going to be gone in. I mean, so you don't care about your seeds in the future? How can you not? All you have to do is make one move. And don't listen to me. Go read Claude Anderson. And millions of y'all know who he is. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you why Dr. Claude Anderson's, I'm talking about the man is brilliant and genius. And I stand on every word he says. Let me tell you why his plan didn't work. Why we're not operating in that right now. Which we should be. And that's why I'm saying, please go back and read him. I got books out there. Read his. Oh, cause man, man, funk. Don't get that twisted at all. You hear me? I done been around. I'm on something a little different. And you gonna see my works on the big screen. You dig? But it's out there. But you go read Dr. Claude Anderson. Anything that he's talking about, he'll wake you up. And in fact, before I forget about it, listen, the man's talking about the 1866 Indian Treaty. Black folks, I'm talking about black boomers now. We all, since we've been coming up, our conscious ones, we all know that we are due reparations. We all know that we supposed to have casinos. We all know that we supposed to be having monthly thousands of dollars of checks coming in, just like these Native Americans and the Indians got coming in. But we don't. He explains it to you why. And guess what? There's some information out there that he's working on now that's in legislation, some legislation that he's working on now. Listen, folks, I'm talking about every black person in America need to pay attention to that. Because let me tell you something. If that goes through, if y'all wake up and put your money in your own bank, you ain't even gotta put your money in your own bank. You ain't even gotta save $100 a month. But if you wake up and do this, you're gonna get some act right. You're gonna get what's coming to you, which is from reparations. And see, all this stuff is, ain't nobody hearing. See, one of the things that I realize is, when Dr. Anderson go in these black churches, you know, some people thinking, I had some brothers tell me the other day, I said, man, you gotta put your money in the black bank. And sometimes I just forget, people just ain't as well read and as well traveled and just, don't know what you know. So the brother said to me, well, why should I put my money in a black bank? Are they gonna let me write checks, bounce checks and don't charge me? And, he got on that vein. I say, ain't no bank gonna let you write no checks and don't charge you. You gotta be responsible. He said, well, what's the benefit? I said, here's the benefit, brother. If you put $100 in your bank account, in your savings account, okay? Put your money in the black bank. Well, if you ain't got no money and you just cash your check because you week to week and you got to spend it all, just save $100 of it. That's $3.33 a day. Put it in a separate savings account in a black bank. Now, you may be in a black bank that have 2.5, 3, 4, 5 million people in it. So with those 2 to 5 million people in that bank and everybody putting $100 in, let's just say there's 5 million people in your group. And everybody putting $100 in their savings account a month for 12 months. I'm talking about that's $500 million a month. That's $1 billion every 2 months. That's $6 billion a year that can be leveraged into, $30 to $50 billion. So when you put your money in a black bank, just because you ain't got no money, guess what? Everybody else ain't got no money. But when you put those funds in a black institution and it's sitting there, now this bank and these credit unions take these dollars and they invest these dollars. The bank's gonna leverage them. Credit unions, when they do the same thing, when credit unions make money, the difference is when credit unions make money, they share their profits with the members. It's banks out here. It's credit unions out here. Some members get $300 checks a year, a quarter. Some of them get $3,000 a year, a quarter. It all depends on how great the bank's doing, how great the credit union's doing. Same thing with the banks, but that's the board of directors and different things like that. But you can form your own banks. You pick the boards out. So you put your money in a black institution, and then you take 12 months to figure out what people you're gonna get with. And this the other party why his plan didn't work. It works, but no. Let me change my phraseology. Not why his plan didn't work or my plan didn't work. Why people are not doing it. Here's why people are not doing it. Because we perish for lack of knowledge, right? People are not doing it because they have poor understanding. It's just that simple. Some people, why should I put money in the black bank? Well, they don't understand. If you put your money in the black bank, and there's millions of other people got their money in the black bank, now y'all got them savings. The banks can do some stuff, and now now you don't have to go to government. You got $6-7 billion in your bank with all these people. Everybody in this particular group all think alike. See, the other thing is when you go to these some of these places around the country. I ain't gonna almost call the name. When you go to some of these places around the country, people, the reason why we can't get together is because people say, well, look, I ain't got no money. It takes $300 to $500 to start a business. Some businesses, folks, $1,000, some at the most. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a lot of money. It takes research, it takes work, it takes all those things, but you can start simple little home-based businesses with little or nothing. But if nobody showed you that or taught you that, then you don't know. And so that's one of the reasons why our people have not responded. They don't know that if they put their money in a black institution, collectively, it's gonna benefit everybody. They don't understand that we have to subdivide, folks. It's folks. Listen, it's some folks that are totally different. I mean, we all are black people. Don't get that twisted. And we all are loving black people. You know what I'm saying? But there's just some differences. And with those differences, I tell people, look, you don't have to go by my plan of bougie and non-bougie, educated, non. Hey, how about Greek letter college grads and non Greek letter college grads? You know what I'm saying? That could be 2 groups. And then educated, and non-educated, that could be 3 groups. Folks, when we subdivide into groups, that's how your money, that's how black dollars are gonna go. That's how black dollars are going to go 8, 10, 12, 15 times before it leaves this community. You watch and see. If you do this, I mean, why would you not? 12 months. Don't take my word for it. Take a lot of y'all can't get with somebody like myself who, who's just, who taught themselves. Some of y'all got, hey, if you ain't got a doctor on your name, they ain't hearing you. So I'm telling you, Dr. Claude Anderson. And you need to really read every book the boy. If you haven't read that man's books, shit, you missing something for sure. You're really missing something. I say, but the bottom line is, and the reason why I'm pitching him and plugging him, because we have the exact same plan. We talking the exact same thing. But see, I don't do anything without solutions. I'm not gonna open my mouth if I ain't got no solutions. And you cannot tell me, you or nobody else on this earth cannot tell me that if black people, if the majority of black people, 30 plus million, put their money in a black bank with $100 extra in savings for 12 months, it's going to change all of us. We all know that. But the thing is, why wouldn't we do it? Why won't we and why can't we do it? Why won't we and why can't we? That is the question. That's a serious question. So I'm appealing to you. At the sound of my voice, if you hear me, just go put your money in a black bank. And then just, listen, folks, we need to have a national conversation. We got to, because the subdivision is the thing. I mean, you can subdivide according to who you party. Some people, you work over here, you don't party with the people you work with. So you probably ain't gonna bank with the people you work with. You know what I'm saying? It's like some discussions are, you don't really talk about. You don't talk about politics, you don't talk about religion and things like that, because people get too, testy. So you ain't gotta say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have a black and white conversation. You gotta have a black conversation before we have a black and white conversation. We have a black on black conversation. We must. And when I just recently, like I say, just recently been listening to Dr. Claude Anderson on YouTube. Man, this brother, I can listen to him all day and all night. The brother's just bad, man. The brother bad, And so he got his stuff together. But it's like, I don't know how to say this, y'all. But from a standpoint of subdivision, we just have to. There's still no ifs, ands, and buts. We have to. So listen, folks, we have to subdivide. But let me take you to another one of my mentors, Dr. Amos Wilson. That brother died about 50. He's about 50 years old. He ain't died. They killed him. The brother powerful. You know what I'm saying? He died under some mysterious, circumstances. We know what that means, right? But the thing is, the brother was lacing people. Certainly one of my mentors. But he talks about, listen, folks. See, here's part of our problem. See, black folks, and especially, educated black folks, especially, listen, we've grown up in a multicultural society, okay? The United States is a multicultural place. It's a melting pot, right? And so we have everybody here, but it's all subdivided. Everybody's here, and it looks wonderful, but it's all subdivided. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about a melting pot, so when we talk about this melting pot, we have all nationalities here, and blacks have been groomed. First of all, not been groomed. We, as creatures of the Creator, are the most spiritual, giving, loving people on the earth. This is why we getting our asses tore up, because we're so loving, we're so caring, we're so understanding, we're so trusting. We have some very high spiritual qualities, and the rest of the world could give a damn about them, and so that's why they treat us like they do. But that's okay because, you know, we're going to be okay. But listen, we live in a multicultural society. I mean, from day one, you go to kindergarten, everybody's together. Everybody's wonderful. You all get together, you all play together. You spend the night at each other's houses, you know, Spanish and black, black and white and Asian and black. You know what I'm saying? All of that. It's wonderful. I love it. I did it with my little shorties. You know, all nationalities around. I'm that way today. Hey, I got white friends, I got Asian friends, I got Latina friends. You know, I love everybody. Believe me, but I'm real with this. I ain't stupid. And so the thing is, see, we live in this multicultural society, and in a multicultural society, we see how everything goes. You go to college, and you go to high school, elementary school, then you go to high school. You know what I'm saying? You meet your friends and all that, and then you go to college. Everything's multicultural until you graduate college. Or if some of y'all choose not to go to college, yours stops. Would you go get a job? Because see, what happens is, listen, they teach multiculturalism is taught in America, but there's no multicultural jobs. The Asians got theirs, the Latinos got theirs, and the whites got theirs. And the blacks spend with all of them. They teach you multiculturalism, but where are the multicultural businesses? That's what Dr. Amos Wilson taught me. Where are those businesses? Where are the black and Mexican businesses? Where are the black and Asian businesses? Where are the black and Jewish businesses? They teach us that all through elementary, all through junior high, all through high school, all through college. And then when you get in the real world, that shit don't exist. It don't exist. It only exists. Multiculturalism exists in the mind of black people and black people only. We deal with everybody. We give them our all, and they take full advantage of you. Full. That's where we're at, folks. I mean, listen. Ain't nothing wrong with multiculturalism when you start talking about getting along with people and understanding other cultures and all that. That's wonderful. But when it comes down to economics, it makes absolutely no sense, because when it comes to economics, you got to deal with your own group. That's just how it is. And if you don't, you're going to look like black Americans look. We're the only folk on the face of the earth. I repeat, the only people that's on the face of the earth that are not subdivided. Everybody else is. And that's why we getting our butts toe up over here in America. That's why they can just kill your kids and do anything else. You got no clout. You got nothing to fight with. You got nothing to fight with. You don't have... Listen, how would you feel when you... Educated black people, when you see poor black people just give their money away on just spend on ignorant Jordans and weed and wine and, you know, getting their cars repossessed and kicked out their home. What you think about them people? Y'all look down your nose at them and say, boy, them some ignorant ass niggas right there. That's what y'all say. That's what you do. That's what you say. And then you turn right around here and you go by, you know, the $1 billion house, you know, the multi-million-dollar house, you know, with the 2 rides, the 3 whips, and the, you know, the best schools, the Stanfords, the Yales, the Harvards, the NYUs, and, you know, that sort of thing. And you look down on those people because you got more bankroll, but you doing the same thing. It's on a different level. It's on a different level. So it's like we're all consumers, folks. We don't manufacture nothing. We don't make nothing. It's like, my God. But from a multicultural standpoint, there is none. So that is the reason that you must put your money in your own institutions. That is the reason that you must start your own businesses. Just look at that. We live in them. Your kids go to school with all these. If you're black in a suburbanite and you live in, you know, in nice neighborhoods and your kids go to nice schools, well, I tell you what, judge them when they get out of college and see where they at. See where their friends are at and see where they at. See where they at. Now, some of y'all got your kids to do better than their friends, but for the most part, it ain't happening. If the white friends are Asian, it ain't happening because they get props and privies and circumstances that we don't get, and we're never gonna get them. What do you think about somebody that just gives all their money away? That's kind of dumb, and that's what we do. It ain't kind of dumb; it's real dumb. And it can't work. It can't continue. We have to have our own businesses. We have to have outlets to spend with each other. And this is the only thing that I'm saying. You know, you have to put your money in your own lending institutions. We're there, okay? We know we can do that, okay? And then we must buy and sell from each other. Period. Everybody else is doing it. And you can start on any level you want. And I'm going to come later on. Because I got some people, what's those businesses you're talking about? I'm coming with them. I want to get this out the way first. But you're going to hear about those business. Man, there's some stuff that you can do right now. I mean, poor people. Dirt poor people. I'm telling you, everybody's got to have a starting point, you know. But the bottom line is there's a lot of things that we can do. There are a lot of things that we can get done right now. And we just have to do them. That's all it is to it. So we have to pool our resources together. And the only way we're going to do that is to subdivide and put our money in our own banks. And if you don't take my word for it, take Dr. Claude Anderson's word for it. Look at his material. He laid it out better than anybody else I've ever seen or heard. He's laid it out. And the coup de grace is now I put something on top of that. I put a cherry on top of that. Because I've been doing some research myself. And I come to some conclusions myself. But nobody can say that this won't work. No. And I'm talking about the plan. I'm talking about 12 months. I'm talking about if black people did this right now, with all the funk and all the kill, I'm trying to figure out why would you not do it? Can you imagine Asians and whites and these kind of people? I mean, they know what you're going through and what your plight is. And then you have an opportunity to change all that in 12 months. And wait a minute. You don't think this will change in 12 months? Put your money, if 30 plus million blacks put their money in a black bank and $100 in a separate savings account and don't touch it for 12 months, listen, the world is going to be on notice. This nation is going to be on notice. Reparations is going to be on notice because they know it's coming. It's coming. It's got to. You can't build all this. You don't have nothing coming. You built this for 500 years and it's going to be, well, it won't be 6 because you ain't going to live that long at the rate you're going. Put your money in your own bank and you're going to, you know what I'm saying? Wait, we got to shut this down. I mean, listen, folks. How do you look at we all go back in the annals of history, and I just know the kind of brother that I was. I mean, if I had come up through the times of slavery, I'd have been like them Mandinkas. They'd had to give me the 3-second rule. Negro, you gonna denounce all that Mandinka bullshit, or I'm killing your ass right now. I'm like, well, stab on. I'm a sucker punch you. I'm gonna make him kill me because I'm not slaving. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing that. So, how do you think? Listen, slavery was against the law. Okay? Slavery was the law. You could do that. Now, when we look back in hindsight, damn, we like that's just wrong. It's illegal. I mean, every other thing you can think about it, but yet it was the law. It was okay. It was sanctioned. Starting with the Catholic Church, but anyway, it was sanctioned. Okay, it was sanctioned. We know that shit was wrong. Is wrong, but it was sanctioned. Same as right now. So now, when our great-great-grandchildren and great-great-great-grandchildren look back on us and our times and say, no, wait a minute. Now, we know slavery was bad, but now, wait a minute. These black people had a chance to have their own stuff, and they chose not to have their own banks, their own businesses, and they chose not to. They chose to stay enslaved to a white master, to a white boss, to minimum wage salaries, to not eating. I mean, they chose, because this is your choice. Oh, you got a choice. You don't have to ask anybody nothing. You ain't even got to say nothing to nobody. Don't even let nobody know. Treat it like you talk about politics and religion. Just don't even talk about it. We don't discuss that with strangers. But put your money in the black bank. Put your money in the black bank. Because if you don't, let me tell you something. We got some trouble coming. Oh, we got some major trouble coming. Because these folks ain't playing. These folks are not playing, y'all. They're not. They are not playing. This is serious business right now. And talking about, we got help. We got black millennials, man. I'm talking about, man, that's sharp, that's educated, and that's ready. You know what I'm saying, I mean? And that's ready. We got baby boomers out here with fat money, houses paid for, educational loans gone. I'm talking about they got what your problem is. You rolling, you living. And then some not doing so good. That's okay too. You still breathing, thank God for that, you know? But the bottom line is, folks, I mean, we got to change our habits. And it's really simple. How could we not put our money in a black bank with all that's happening to us right now? I mean, that's all you have to do. Dr. Anderson's been out here screaming for all that. Man, I didn't know that man was out here like that, because I've been doing some different research. I've been on something different, you know. But man, and people haven't taken heed. Why is that not working? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why it's not working. The only reason why it's not working is because A, we haven't subdivided. Okay, we have to subdivide. We just got to do that. We got to go in different groups. We can't go in there with them big one monolithic group. That ain't happening in no group on earth. Okay? It just ain't happening. We see the North and South Koreans. I mean, come on, they're acting a fool right now. Now they're trying to get back together. But that's just how it is. We see it in the Africans, you know, the Somalians and the Ethiopians. We see it in the Caribbean. We see it everywhere. We can't all be just one monolithic group, folks. You know, we got to subdivide and come up with some different groups, man. We come up with, and we can come up with you know, 8, 10, 12 different groups. I mean, I'm talking about large groups. I'm talking about with millions of dollars in them. See, and that's where your money come from. You put your money in those institutions, and now those institutions are gonna start making some money, and you're like, oh, okay, so now I can benefit when they start opening up businesses and start building all kinds of things. That's that part of that money is mine. So I got every right to go in here and say I want a job at this place, or I want to be a part of this place, or I want to own some stock in this place, or what have you. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. We got to get to that. We got to get to that. I mean, that's the only place we can get to. You know what I'm saying? So we must subdivide, folks. That's the only way it's going to work. We cannot do it together. And y'all know some people out there that y'all don't like. And it's not that you don't like. And I'm not preaching any haterism or any separation. I'm just speaking the facts and the truth. I'm talking about I be in the hood, I be in the middle class area, I be in ritzy areas. Listen, I ask these questions. I didn't put in some work. I see it. I see it every day. And once we understand this, now everybody can own a business if you want to own a business. Some people don't want a business. Some people be satisfied. I'm coming to work for you. You pay me a nice living wage, and I'm gonna give you 125% of me. But on the weekends, I want off. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be thinking about how I'm gonna, razzmatazz my employees. That ain't me. Some people don't want to do that, and some people want to do that. But we got to subdivide, folks. We got to do this ASAP. We got to have this conversation. We got to. I mean, we got them. I got a 4th generation picture with me and my son and my son's son and my son's sons and my son's son. That's 4 generations. I love that, I want to see 5, I probably got to go another 20 something years. So, but we'll see. But the bottom line is, listen, folks, it's our time. It is our time. And all we got to do is put our money in our own institutions. And that's just simple. I mean, why would you not do that? I mean, I just don't get that. It's like, just take your money out of this bank and put it in this bank, and everything is going to change for you tomorrow. Wait a minute. Let me repeat that. Take your money out of this bank and put it in this bank, and then just put another little 100 in some savings account over here once a month, and your whole life is going to change. The whole political spectrum is going to change. That whole racist attitude about you is going to change. See, all them people that make money off you, that making money from your dollars, guess what they're going to say, man? Guess what they're going to say? Oh, shit. That's what they're going to say. Oh, shit. We done clowned. They got to get some back right now. And see, that's another part to this. And I'm going to bring it to you later, but I'm going to give you a snippet of it now. What do you think is going to happen? Because, see, listen, folks, I done the research. I'm going to show you. I'm bringing it. I'm going to show you what's going to happen when you start spending within your own community and you don't in theirs. Listen, it's a whole lot of money, a whole lot of businesses, a whole lot of buildings, a whole lot of locations, a whole lot of access. It's going to be yours, straight yours. All you got to do is keep your money in your pockets or spend it with a black one. And if you do that, you ain't never going to have to worry about nothing up in this baby. Now you can walk around feeling like that god or that goddess or that king or that queen or whatever terminology you like to use for yourself. You understand me? But that's the deal. Oh, yeah. Oh, ain't no question. That is the deal right there. And we got to get to that, y'all. We got to get to that. We must get to that. Must get to that. Yeah, we must get to that, folks. Must get to it. Yeah, man, Dr. Claude Anderson, I know he has thousands of followers. I don't know him. You know, I attempted to send him, I think one of my books or something like that. In fact, I did send him a book, but I didn't hear from him. I don't know how to get in touch with him. I don't even know if that was his right address, you know. But I would love some of y'all, if somebody heard this that knows him, if one of y'all hear this that knows him or any of his people, to let him take a look at this, because I'm telling you, to let him because the bottom line is I would love to see what he says, you know, because I mean, what can he say? How can it'll work, and we should be doing it, you know, just that simple. You know, the subdivision piece, I know that's strong for some of y'all. Some of y'all can't get to that. You know, they like, no, that's too much like divide and conquer. Well, okay, I tell you what, go to war and send all your troops just over the hill all at once and see how fast you lose the war. You got to divide sometime to win. That's guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? That's the art of war. You can't just send everybody over. You got to flank them. You got to come from the side. You got to do it from the air, you know, from the ground, from the water. I'm talking about that's war. And we got to get with it. We ain't gonna just take one step, one little baby step, one stroke. We got to do the whole thing, y'all. So, you know, the bottom line is we need to get this information out here to the masses, you know. But you don't need anybody's approval. We need a black on black conversation. But I mean, do we really? Yeah, we do. But I mean, my God, to put your money in a black bank, we need a national conversation for you to put your money in a black bank. All the stuff that's happening to black people, all the murder and killing and the unjustness and all of that, and it's still coming. It's cranking up even more. It's cranking up even more. And you talking about, should you do this? You thinking about it. I don't know. What would my friends say? Ooh, Lord. I don't know. Don't tell them. Just put your money in the black bank. Maybe they put theirs in the black bank. Maybe one day y'all slip up and say, man, my money's in the such and such bank. Oh, that's a black bank. Man, my money in there too. Are you kidding? Well, man, that's, you know, yeah, it's crazy. But it's all good. Because see, once you put your money in the black banks, guess what? Now you can straighten out your credit. You can get loans from them banks. But the main thing is, you got millions of people in one institution. Each one of these black banks is going to represent a nation, if you will. I'm talking about you got 2 to 3 to 4 million people in a group. I'm talking about saving $100 a month. I'm talking about that's billions of dollars annually. I'm talking about, and all those people in each one of those groups, you commit to spending with those people first. I'm gonna get in this group because I'm gonna spend with them people. I'm you know what I'm saying? But guess what? If somebody got something in another group that's better than yours, then obviously you're gonna go get what's best. And like I said before, see, that's gonna create a situation where you're going to have to bring your best. You're going to have to bring quality. Like I said, folks, there's over 600, how do I say that? There's over 600 brands of potato chips. You probably only heard of 10, if that many. There's thousands of brands of beer. I'm talking in the United States. I mean, it's like, I love to travel because, see, when I travel to some of those little cities and you hit those little gas stations and little stores out of the way, see, they have products and stuff in there that the big stores won't carry. And man, I've had some of the most fantastic products. I'm talking about people that live right in their own community, right in their own home, making stuff right in their kids, cold-blooded good stuff, man. And talking about, we got to get to that. See, you've been spoiled by looking at a Dollar General thing. Oh, my store got to look like that. No, it don't. Go to one of the Mexican store. Go to one Asian store. They got a dollar store. Their store don't look like theirs. They got whatever they got in there. And if you want some of it, you go buy it for $1. It ain't got to look like theirs. You have your own inimitable style. You know, you do your own thing. So that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, we got to get to that, y'all. We got to.